Honestly, I really don't want to have this conversation, but it's been bugging me, so let's just get straight into it. So after the wedding special was announced, many fans were left disappointed, and yeah, I understand. I know many of us thought Descendants 4 would be coming, but I still don't believe Disney is going to do it at all. Of course, most of you guys feel the same way. However, some fans somehow claim to have heard that Descendants 4 is still happening, and I just don't understand why. I mean, why are they still thinking about this? We know Descendants 4 isn't happening because of Cameron's passing, but they're acting like his legacy and character meant nothing. It meant a lot to us. Obviously, that side of the fandom really don't understand why there's no plans for a fourth movie at this point, and they're completely wasting their time on this situation. If you're lost, I'll explain the dilemma and why those guys are wrong, and I'll provide with some evidence that I found online. So we remember a while ago, Dove Cameron was on a live stream interview, and she said this.
Dove, will there be a Descendants 4? This was a very popular question, Dove.
I'm gonna go ahead and say no. And as well, like I think that most importantly, I think it would be unbelievably difficult to do it without Cameron. Like I don't think we'd be up for it.
Right.
Fast emotionally. And also, we've done the series for 6 years now. I think we're all kind of
like ready to put it to rest. And
at that moment, she basically gave us the confirmation, but many fans glossed over it as if it didn't feel justified to them. I mean, come on guys, at least you heard it from one of the stars themselves, so there's your basic evidence right there. However, they found their own evidence, but I keep telling them that it's not true, because most of the sources they found online are not legit sources. So I go into my Facebook post, and in the comments, some of these guys send me screenshots of confirmed movie news and cast lists, and links to YouTube trailers. So I asked them if these are coming from legit sources, and they always answer yes. But is it really though? So I go on these websites to see what's going on, and they were obviously what I expected them to be. Fakes! Most of them are coming from Radio Times, IMDb, Wikipedia, etc. But the topic doesn't feel legitimate in any way. Obviously because most of the websites aren't considered verified websites. So that's why I say we can't trust the internet for sources because most of them are not legitimate. Now, yes, it may come from Google, but I'm sorry, Google in general is not considered a source. And don't worry, I'll explain why.
Experimentation going on and sort of trying different things out. We also at one point had 10 episodes planned, and we ended up collapsing a couple, just to make the rhythm feel a little bit better.
This explains a lot of questions you might have had. First, that whole theory that there was a secret 10th episode. Nope. But also, some continuity issues in the real-world scenes that we saw, like Norm's awakening moment with Vision showing up described on his file in episode 4, despite that not happening until episode 5. And then Kevin Smith pointed out a line that was inserted later after principal photography, when Wanda told Monica in one of the final scenes,
I don't understand this power, but I will.
Yeah, notice how Elizabeth Olsen's face looks a bit different on that line compared to her appearance in the lines before and after. It's real subtle, but Wanda is framed a bit closer, the lighting is weirdly even for an outdoor shot, her facial looks on his own body. Marvel's VFX technology is freakishly good. They are the devil in the details. Support this channel by checking out one of our great merch options at Neurostars Merch.
Now, if there was, then I would at least want to hear from one actual legit source.
That the rabbit didn't turn into a monster, because then you'd have everybody going, now that's Mephisto for you.
That's great, exactly. Yeah, Shackman's laughing head shake there tells us that while Senior Scratchy wasn't intended to be a badass, shape-shifted, monstrous hell demon, that he's not the badass, shape-shifted, monstrous hell demon that Mephisto is, per se. That said, various signs throughout this series and in its post-credit scene do still point to Mephisto's possible arrival in future MCU titles.